shit. Well, let's see y'all cause all you kicks.
Hold on, I'll be there in a second. Hey man, what's up?
Hey man, I had a question. I just wanted to know if we could have our phones in BMT, or how does that work?
Yeah, nah, you can't have your phone at BMT. Like, the whole point of BMT really is to like get your mind off all the outside stuff, and so you can focus on training. But you don't have to worry about it because your phone's gonna be locked up in a secure location, and you're gonna fill out this little form that explains the condition of your phone before you give it away. So you ain't got nothing to worry about, bro. But no, you will not be able to go on social media, Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, emails, nothing like that. You'll only get your phones back certain times to make calls to your family. Hey guys, Shadeen the Great here again with an Air Force related video. Today's video is just going to be about some frequently asked questions. So questions that I get on pretty much all of my videos. I usually do a pretty good job at responding to you guys when you ask me questions, but not everybody sees those same questions, and some people might have the same. So I'm going to get them answered for you. So MEPS. MEPS is where you're going to take your ASVAB, which is the test that qualifies you to join the military, the Air Force specifically, and to get a job. Also, MEPS is a place where you're going to do your medical and your mental testing. So you're going to do hearing tests, blood tests, urinalysis tests. You're going to do it's like a physical, so like a sports physical. So a question that I get really frequently is how long does it take to ship out? So after initially going to MEPS, doing your medical testing, already having your ASVAB done and everything, it takes at least a month, but it can take up to a whole year. It really just depends on your job and the availability of your job. So what happens is at the end of every month, a list goes out for people that get a job, and you got to think about it. There's people that have started to join before you, that started the process before you, so they'll get their job sooner than you. So it's really just like a waiting list. But the answer is anywhere from a month to a year. But on average, I want to say it's about 2 months. That's how long it took for me. Tech school is different for everybody. The lengths of tech school is different for everybody. So your tech school could go from being 2 weeks to 6 months. You can have a 2-part tech school, you can have a 1-part tech school. If you have a 1-part tech school, your training is going to be fairly long. Tell me what you want to do. So another question I get quite frequently is, are you able to leave and go home right after BMT? And no, you actually have to go through tech school first, and then you can do something called the RAP program, which is where you go and you assist your recruiter, and you get paid active duty pay, but you get to go to your family at the end of the day and on the weekends. Alright, so to join any emergency military, United States Air Force specifically, you have to be 17 with a parent's consent. You have to score higher than what's needed on the ASVAB, and as well as that, you have to make sure you meet all medical requirements and you're medically and mentally stable. So a lot of people also ask, when do you get to see your family? Only time after you ship out when you get to see your family is at your graduation. You can also see them at your swearing in at MEPS for the final time, but besides that, you're not going to see your family for about 2 months. So another question I get a lot is how to prepare for the ASVAB, because the ASVAB is really important. It's important that you get a good score so you can get a good job in the Air Force. What I recommend is looking at flashcards on like Quizlet, or they have different websites, practice tests and all those sorts of things. You can even order like a book. I'm sure they have like an ASVAB for Dummies type book on eBay or Amazon, so just check those out. Another question I get like quite often is when do you receive mail at BMT, and when are you able to send mail? You start receiving mail by about the second week. It just depends on the delay of wherever your family is from. You get to send mail. It's really up to your MTI whenever they decide to let you start sending mail. They set aside time at the end of the day, just about 15 minutes for you to write letters and get them out to the post office and read your letters. So the time's really limited But if your flight performs well, then you get more time to write letters. And this question isn't as frequently asked, but I do get asked it quite a bit as to how it's like joining if you have children. If you have children, you're still definitely able to join. Because you have dependents, you will get paid a little bit more, but your children won't be with you at basic training, neither at tech school, unless you have a really long tech school and you get something sorted out. But for the most part, you're going to be by yourself through tech school and basic training without your kids. But then when you get to your first duty station, you'll actually get a house instead of a dorms, and you'll live with your kids. Okay, so that was the frequently asked questions video. Of course, if you guys do have any more questions, you know what to do. Leave a comment, hit me up on social media, and I'll make sure to get back to you. But I hope that helped you guys out, and if it did, make sure you subscribe. Tell your mom, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, your granddad, your cat, and your dog to subscribe as well. And alright, stay great.
Love now, I really want more. Girl, you so different apart from the rest. Cool, I dropped out, I don't really take tests. You gave me a love, I'm addicted like drugs. Girl, I think you the plug, you the one with